Good morning, interwebs. It is 11:28 and my vlog for today should be up, except it's not. I edited it last night and I did most of the saving process, but I didn't upload it till this morning like I usually do. And instead of uploading it right away, we were watching Fuller House while we ate breakfast as a family, so y'all are just gonna have to wait. I don't think most of you watch it right at 11 anyways, and by now it will be in the past, but if it's ever late, it's usually because we're doing something on the computer as a family in the morning. And our internet just doesn't let me upload and stream simultaneously most of the time, especially not on a Saturday. But it claims I have another hour and like 20 minutes of uploading. And it keeps saying that, even though it's uploading. So, we'll see how that all goes. Today, I think it's going to be fairly low-key in the living room, going to be new kitchen. It's just kind of, here it is in the light. Steve is going to, I think, just try and finish pulling out the tack strips. We're going to vacuum out the vents now that it's light out. And, yeah, just kind of putter, as Steve put it. Nothing too intense today. He's worn out, I understand, and he has to work tonight. So, we are just going to clean up a little more and get ourselves in a position that we can kind of just work at things slowly. So, well, here's there's the carpet and stuff, and the pile of debris has grown. There's a bunch of stuff in the back of the truck. And over here's the pile. It's supposed to be warmer out today. Weather Channel's claiming a high of 38, and it says it's already 30 out. It's still pretty cold in the house, though. Last night wasn't too bad, but, you know, that was, like, under covers and stuff. It says it's 54 in the living room now. So, we're working on getting the temperature up, slowly but surely. So it's 11:25, and somebody decided it's not so scary out here, huh? You finally came out of the guest room. Well, actually, Jezebel came out earlier this afternoon. We have had the most wackadoo day, time-wise. I got up a little late, and so did the kids, and then we ate breakfast kind of late, because Steve made... Well, the kids wanted to have marshmallows and stars, which my son had bought with his allowance, and then Steve made me some pudding toast because we had the ingredients for it, and there wasn't enough cereal for everybody. So that was good, but it kind of put us on the late side of eating. And then we didn't even, like, Steve was in here pulling up tack strips, and I was finishing up my special order, and then I was also working on another project I'll talk about in a minute. And then, so we didn't eat lunch till like 3:45. And usually, if you watch regularly, you know, rest time is somewhere between like 1 and 2:30. So, but everybody was holding out with like really good moods, which also meant that the kids slept till like 7. Which is fine. Clearly, that was just what was working best for everybody today. And it worked well for me too. So Steve went to bed about, I don't know, 6:30-ish, and then the kids woke up shortly after. And then, but they weren't hungry till like 9, and all we did was have a snack, and then they went to bed around 11. So it's 11:25. I don't know that everybody's fully asleep yet, but they were at least quiet upstairs, and Steve actually just finished pulling down the driveway. So, yeah, just wackadoo schedule. But Jezebel did actually come out earlier when Steve and I, while the kids were sleeping, Steve and I were watching Merlin. And in the episode we were on, Arthur is in a cave and there are some creepy spiders like crawling up a wall. which I told, the first one they showed, I told Steve, I said, I think I've seen that spider. It's the one that I trapped in our bathroom a few weeks ago. If you have not seen that vlog, I will put a card up there directing you to that vlog, where I very bravely removed a spider from the bathroom. And this was like not a spider that, you know, your average run-of-the-mill spider. This spider deserved a name and like an address. So, anyways, Arthur and the creepy spiders in the cave, and so they're all like skittering up the wall, and Jezebel jumps up my leg and into my lap. Oh, I about screamed, but I didn't. But I just looked at Steve, he went, that freaked you out. I'm like, uh-huh. So, Steve was working on the tack strips today, and the kids were helping him, and they were pulling staples out of the floor in there, and I don't know, doing whatever. Steve had a pretty low-key day, because obviously he was very tired, as one would imagine, with how quickly he, like, demoed and removed Rebel and all the things. So he was sore and tired today, and that's cool. So yeah, they took a kind of a slow day, but he wanted to putter because it was his last day off. He has 6 days of work and then 8 days off in a row, so that'll be exciting. But I was working on my sidewalk shawl. Jezebel, move please. Move please. Move please. So Steve comes in and he goes, you know, what are you up to? And I said, oh, just becoming a better person. And he said, what? And I was sitting here in my chair frogging this shawl. Because there was something, get off of it so I can talk about it. Thank you. Cats. But there was something wrong. I made 3, you know, big mistakes working on this shawl. I started it after midnight. It's in black yarn. And I was watching shows while I was working on it. So I was not giving it near my full attention. So I made an error like way down here. And as this is like a pineapple fan kind of thing, a mistake at the beginning means just a bigger, more problematic mistake the further like up the shawl you go, because everything builds on itself. And yeah, anyways, I had not deciphered what I had done wrong, and today I figured it out, and so I frogged back to that point, and I still wasn't happy with it because I wasn't really happy with the drape and yada yada. So I decided I wanted to go from a J hook to a K hook, so I frogged the entire thing. Rolled it all back into a ball, started over with a bigger hook. So I did all of that today, frogged it, and restarted, and actually, so this safety pin marks where in the ball I frogged. So I had been that far, frogged it all the way back, put all of the yarn back in, and that's how much yarn I had already used, and then frogged. And then I've gone a little past it at this point. So that's that. And why does that make me a better person? You may wonder. Because I am playing with the idea of whether I'm a product or a process crafter. Like, do I do the things because I like doing things, or do I do the things because I like having things at the end? And that's not just in crafting. Like, I think you have product people and you have process people. I guess it's the people who, like, product people are the ones who are more concerned about what you're going to do when you get to the place, or how you're going to end result an experience or a conversation or whatever. And process people are more interested in the journey to get there, or the things that happen along the way, or how you grow as a person from doing the thing rather than the thing itself. So anyways, I am in some ways becoming more of a product crafter, because there are just certain things where I'm like, I want that thing, and I will do whatever I need to do to make that thing happen. But I'm also very much a process crafter, because sometimes I just need to be doing a thing. Sometimes it's a repetitive thing, sometimes it is a thing that uses my brain more, because then it like shuts off all the other voices in my head. Sometimes I just need to feel like I'm good at something, so I do something I already know I'm good at, you know. Whatever. So, the process is clearly important, and I'm embracing the fact that anything I craft, the process served its purpose at the time, but, especially when I am making items for myself, I want the product at the end. And so it is important that that product be something where when I look at it, I don't just nitpick the errors. Now, that doesn't mean that I would frog everything I make because, like, I missed a stitch or whatever. There's things that you can fix. There are just, every product, to make it one of a kind, has its little quirks, and that's cool. And I'm totally actually a fan of that, of there being errors that make things handmade, right? But if there's something noticeable or something's going to be a problem and I'm going to know every time I wear it, or it's going to make me want to not wear something because I know there's a problem in it, even though no one would notice it but me, I think everyone's going to see, you know, that sort of thing. It's just not worth it. And once I notice those errors, if they kind of nag at my brain a little, it's better to just start over. So I've kind of adopted that with things. I will, you know, kind of hold off and decide, like, oh, should I frog this? And I will try and go a little further. There are projects where I've pushed through, like with the Rocket Snuggle Sack. I was unhappy at a point and I was going to stop, but I pushed through it and I ultimately really liked the results. So I'm glad I didn't stop in the middle. But in this case, it was not going to create the shawl I wanted. And that was going to bother me. Because, like, I know that in my blue sidewalk shawl, which is the same pattern, there is one of these that is done wrong. That has, it has one too many, like, little loopy-doos. So this part is not quite right in one of the sections. So not a big deal, so not noticeable when it's on, but every time I wear that shawl, and I really like that shawl, I know it's there, and I think about it. So, anyways, that was my long, not rant, meandering thought process about, how sometimes crafting or meditating on the way you craft, can make you a better person, and analyzing yourself along the way, and why you do things, and how you do things, and how and why you can do them better, and just trying to find more joy in the things that already bring you joy, right? So, that is where I will leave you all tonight. I'm gonna go get this vlog edited and stuff, and get it all together, and then work some more on my shawl till I am sleepy and ready to go to bed, watch a little bit more YouTube, drink my warm beverage, and yeah, just enjoy a little bit of time at home by myself, because that is an important part of my process as a person. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Nighty night.